Hello friends, welcome to all of you. This is the lecture number 13, the Banking and Finance Paper 3, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. Last time we discussed the negotiable instrument like the promissory note, meaning and the feature of the promissory note. This time we are looking the another negotiable instrument. His name is the bill of exchange and its feature and kinds or types of bill of exchange. Last time we discussed some characteristics, presumption of negotiable instrument and promissory note, features, content and the meaning. Today we are looking the another point is the bill of exchange, its meaning, features and types of bill of exchange. So meaning of negotiable instrument, which is we explained in our earlier lecture. The negotiable instrument is the method of transferring the debt from one person to another. The word of negotiation means the transfer from one person to the another in the written consideration, and the instrument means a written document which a right in created in favor of some person. So we see that the negotiable instrument is a document which is the initiated a person to sum of the money which is transferable from one person to another person to another by endorsement and delivery. So we transfer the ownership throughout the endorsement and throughout the delivery. So thus the negotiable instrument or the document means from making of payment, the ownership of which is can transfer from one person to another many times before the final payment is made. So before final payment is made, we transfer the ownership from one person to another person. So negotiable instrument transfer the one person to another person. Types of negotiable instrument. There are some types we discussed in earlier lecture. The negotiable instrument as per the Act 1881. There are some negotiable instrument. Section 4 is about the promissory note. Section 5 is about the bill of exchange, which is we looking in our today's lecture. And the next is the section 6, the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the checks. The hundi is also the negotiable instrument and treasury bills. Some of the negotiable instrument is also used by the traders and used in customs, which is the government promissory note, then bank draft, delivery order, charge of hundi, railway receipts and commercial papers. But today we are looking the meaning of the bill of exchange, features and its types. So what is bill of exchange? The bill of exchange are financial document that require the individual or businesses, that is the address in the document, to pay a specific amount of money or debt that is the cited within in the text. So bill of exchange are financial document that require the individual or business addresses in the document pay the specific sum of money on the debt and about the cited within the text. So consider to be a negotiable instrument. Bill of exchange is considered a negotiable instrument. The date for the demand to pay generally range from the current date to a date within the next 6 calendar month. From the current date to 6 month, the date mentioned in the bill of exchange. These types of the document will be required the authorized signature of the debtor in order to the consideration, legal and the binding. So bill of exchange is the document will also require the authorized signature of the debtor who given in written form to the consideration of legal and binding. Definition and meaning of bill of exchange as per the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881. The section 5 is about the bill of exchange definition. A bill of exchange is an instrument in writing containing or unconditional order signed by the maker directing a certain person to pay a certain sum of money only to or the order of a certain or the bearer of the instrument. So it is the written instrument containing unconditional order signed by the maker directing the certain person to pay the certain sum of the money on only, and or the order of the certain or the bearer of the instrument. The meaning, the bill of exchange is a piece of the paper in writing which is the ensure the payment of certain sum of money debt. It is drawn by the promisee or creditor and is accepted by the promisor or debtor. So bill of exchange is the piece of the paper in the writing which is ensure the payment the certain sum of money debt. In generally, it is drawn for a few months, like 2-3 months, and the drawee or promisee has to pay the amount of due date within the grace period of the 3 days after of the due date. So after due date 3 months, it's also accepted the 3 days. Specimen of the bill of exchange, we looking here the one specimen, the 10,000 rupees, and we also looking the place of here the Nasik, the date the October 28, 2020, the 5 months after date pay Siddhant or to his order the sum of rupees 10,000 only for a value received. To Santosh Siddhant Engineer Private Limited, Snenagar Masur Nasik, accepted by the Mr. Santosh, and it is given by return the Mr. Sanjay, and there is also the stamp is required on the bill of exchange. The stamp, then date, place, and the parties means the maker, drawer, drawee, and pay. So is a drawer, the drawee, and the pay. So it is this first specimen. The second specimen, the 25,000 rupees. Here is also the mention is the stamp. There is no specific format. So in first specimen there is the stamp in the another side, and here the top side. So downside there is the stamp, and here is the upper side. The 408 Shivaji Nagar, Pune. The address 27th October 2020 is the date. The 60 date after date pay to Nilesh Enterprises or order the sum of the 25,000 rupees only for the value received. To Asmita Electronic, the Deccan Gymkhana, Pune, for Rahul Enterprises, a partner. He is given the this written document. He is paying the 60 date after the payment to Nilesh Enterprises. It is the second specimen. Feature of the bill of exchange. What is the features mentioned in the bill of exchange? The writing. It is in a written document. The like the promissory note. It is written. So bill of exchange is must be a written form, not in a oral form. Second is the order to pay of money. There is order to pay of certain money. Pay only the money and not the other thing, and be the written clearly, unambiguously. The what is the pay? Pay is the money, certain amount of money, not the near about 10,000 or above 10,000, 10,000 only or 25,000 only. The next is the unconditional. There is no any condition imposed into the bill of exchange. The order must be unconditional. Unconditional instrument is the valid. It must be a certain about the payment. The containing must and order to pay. There is the order, not a promise. The promissory note, we see that there is a promise. If a language or draft does not show any order to pay, the draft would be not considered as a bill of exchange. Next feature, the signed by person and the acceptance. It must be signed by the drawer and accepted by the drawee. The next is about the indication of the parties. So in the promissory note there are 2 parties, but bill of exchange there are 3 parties. So drawer, drawee, and payee. The indication of parties in the case of bill of exchange: drawer, drawee, and payee. So there are the 3 parties in bill of exchange. Next is the other formalities. The formality relating to the number, date, place and consideration through usually found in bills are not the essential. The other formalities is not essential. The bill may be made payable on the demand of the person. So here in the some features of the bill of exchange. Next is the kind of bills. The inland instrument means the types of the bills. The inland bill and the other bills. So first is the inland bill. Promissory note or bill of exchange or the check draw or made in India, payable in drawn upon any person the resident in India shall be deemed to in an inland instrument under section 11. So inland bill. So first type is the bill of exchange, the inland bill, when the promissory note, bill of exchange or the check draw made in India is made payable in drawn upon any person the resident in India. It's called the inland bill. The next is the foreign bill, a negotiable instrument which is the not drawn, made or made payable as the provided in section 11 is the foreign instrument under section 12. So under section 11 which is made in India is the bill is the inland bill, and which is not mentioned in section 11 under section 12 it is the foreign bill. The next the bill of exchange, the time and the demand bill. A promissory note bill of exchange can be payable demand of to the time. It is the payable on the demand when it is the express to payable on the demand or at sight or on the presentation, where no time for the payment is the specified is the demand bill. So time and demand bill when the promissory note or bill of exchange can be payable at the demand. Next is the trade bill, bill of exchange drawn by the seller creditor by the buyers in respect of the genuine trade transaction are called the trade bill. Such bill are drawn for the valid consideration. The next type is about the accommodation bill, the bill of exchange signed by the person as a drawer without the consideration with a view the oblige some other person to provide with the it's called land is the accommodation bill with the funds, it's called the accommodation bill. So bill of exchange signed by the person drawn without the consideration with the view of oblige some other person to provide with the fund is called the accommodation bill. The documentary bill, if the document of the title of goods are attached with the bill, it's called the documentary bill. And clean bill, if document are attached with the bill, then it is called the clean bill. If the document of the title attached and if the document of title is not attached is the clean bill, and when the document is attached it's called the documentary bill. The next is the fictitious bill, the when both the drawer and payee are fictitious person, the bill called the fictitious bill. The next is the escrow bill, a bill payable only if a certain condition are fulfilled is called the escrow bill. So these are the kinds and types of the bill of exchange. So summary, what we learn from this lecture: the negotiable instrument or the document mean for making a payment, the ownership which can be transferred from one person to another person many times before the final payment, it's called the negotiable instrument. Bill of exchange are the financial document that require the individual or business that address in the document to pay a specific amount of money on debt that is the cited within the text. And the bill of exchange is the piece of paper in writing which is the ensure the payment of certain sum of money debt. It is drawn by the promisor or creditor and accepted by the promisor and the debtor. So drawn by the promisee and creditor and accepted by the promisor and debtor. And we are also looking at some kinds of bill of exchange, inland and foreign bill. the time or demand bill, trade and accommodation bill, clean and documentary bill. When the document is attached is the documentary bill, when the document is not attached the clean bill, fictitious bill and escrow bill. So references and textbook for this topic, you can use Mirali publication and Success publication book for your study. Next is about the assignment question. What will question ask on this topic? Explain the meaning and feature of bill of exchange for 10 marks, or write a short note on the kinds of bill of exchange or types of bill of exchange for 5 marks. These are the two questions will be asked on this topic. And so thank you for watching this video, and next time we will see the another point is the negotiable instrument check under section 6. Thank you.